Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. I'm Salty Kerr, and we're headed back up to Fornost to finish some of our work up there. But it's going to be a little bit of a ride back. But I have been busy. I have crafted a new bow, so I've unslotted that bow, and you'll notice that the new bow that we have is a runed U-bow, not ruined, but runed U-bow, and it's 5.5 points higher in the DPS, but it's the stats that are better, so it's plus 215 physical mitigation, meaning it's going to go past enemies' armor, and minus 3% on skill inductions. We do lose a little bit in the vitality, but we'll make up for that on the damage that we're doing. I realized that when I was doing some of my crafting, I did some crafting and got our Forester tier to Expert. Oops, that's the wrong one. Our Forester tier to Expert, so now we will be able to harvest Lebethron when we are out and about. So Expert is mastered out. We had already mastered out Expert for our woodworker, but I was able to buy some recipes for some things. So this etched U-bow is what I crafted, and then I critted it, so I was able to get the critted item. So we might not need this. That's 68 though, so that's pretty heavy. That's level 30. So we'll see if we pick up a ruby shard. We'll be hitting nodes. That's where those come from typically, sometimes from enemies. And maybe we'll be able to craft that. So we'll see what happens along those lines. So, good progress. Looks like it's a little bit cloudy here. It's dusk, and I'm on the Wraith. You know what's coming. Alright, let us go ahead and mount up, and we're going to be heading up there to seek the source. Preemptive measures, where is that? Preemptive measures are all around there. That is almost impossible to see up there, so let's change this. Let's see. Green, perhaps? There we go. Oops. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Got in a good night's sleep after our trials and tribulations from yesterday with the technology, so fingers crossed, knock on wood, break your legs, that we do not have any technology issues today, but that everything is just running along swimmingly. Click our buffs and such, our node finder, see if we can wrestle up another ruby shard. Shards are, the crafting of powerful items is definitely a part of the game. Late game shards are very, very rare to find and go for a lot of gold on the auction house. But here, hopefully, we're not dealing with that kind of rarity. We'll see. If it turns out to be a drag, we'll just carry on. We've got a pretty good bow for a while here. It's not like we're not killing stuff quickly. I mean, stuff is dying pretty fast. Occasionally, an enemy will get to us, but not often. We've got our XP disabler in as we're doing level 26 quests. Spying on the goblins. Might as well add that to our tracker, even though. Okay, we're gonna start killing stuff with our fancy new bow. That dog off us here, and then start mayhem on this guy. Bleed. Indeed. Okay, let's head on in to find the source. Defeat the Blockmaul Defiler, and then the other thing is over here. Now we have to sneak about. Perhaps we'll use our Sylvan Shadow skills. There's a Blockmaul Pillager. Sweet. Where do we need to go? We need to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and select this as our quest guide focus, and then we'll just murder things along the way. Defeat orcs and goblins in Fornost City. So we are in Fornost City. Interesting. Okay, so we were in the fields of Fornost. Now we are in Fornost City. I wonder if we're meant to go up and over. Let's see, that is quite a ways over there. I'm feeling like we need to go up, so we're going to head up here. So I've made some executive decisions, and I think we skipped some of the quests in Breathe, but I think I kind of want to exhaust every area and do all the quests, because I've never gone through and done all the stories, each of the little quest stories. So like that little Ulnathron quest branch was interesting, and hitting the haunted Fornost Downs was kind of fun. I refuse to be chilled by the likes of you, Sneaky Bear. Alright, Blockmaul Defiler is who we're looking for. He's like way over, let's see. Oh, he's way up there. Interesting. There's the gate. I was wondering if we needed to keep proceeding up. Like, I've never done this area all the way through. There was never a need, because you level right past it. So it's kind of pardon me, it's kind of fun going through and doing the stuff. Okay, so pillagers have bows. Raiders, as is typical, don't. We don't need any more sturdy hides, but he's in our way, so sorry, Field Bear. I wonder where these goblins are. The Warlord's quite a bit tougher. He will bleed out as we run past him. Hopefully he doesn't pick up that raider. And we got a proc our... There's some goblins. We got a proc our blind side as well to get all our blind sides in for the day. I also looked at getting our sword bow. That's killing a bunch of drakes. And getting our racial skill. Our racial skill here of Eldar's Grace is we have to defeat a whole bunch of orcs. Get enmity of the orcs level 3. That's like your Elder's Grace is your panic skill, so at 75% parry chance, partial parry mitigation. So that's when you're getting beat up on up close and personal. You will be able to evade. And yes, I've never had to come in here before. There's always plenty to do. Siege weapon parts, so we're going to discover a new quest. I love their little whispering. Remember Jaws. Alright, let's see how much mayhem comes when I shoot this guy. None. My pattern strat was quite effective. Alright, the pillager we want to kill first. Let's go ahead and fear the raider. And then focus on the pillager. Oh wow. Oh wow, twice. Is that little flag gonna work too? He can hide behind the little flag, huh? So let me go ahead and take off the scouting the goblin camp just in case we need space to pick up quests here. So here's some siege weapon parts that we're going to pick up. Stopping the siege. What might we get? Block rating doesn't help us. Siege ender. Well, that's quite an upgrade. Shanks of the Aurochs. That might work out pretty well too. Help our resistance quite a bit. So we can definitely accept those items. Here's a warlord. Let's go ahead and ruin his day. Proc our melees. We gotta be throwing down traps as well to make sure that we're getting our advancing on our sturdy traps. Got a ruby, but not a ruby shard. Our pins aren't working quite so much. I wonder why that's happening. Maybe it's because we're doing too much damage too fast. It's releasing the pin. I bet it has a damage threshold, but once you've done enough damage, the pin releases one way or the other. It doesn't release based on the number of attacks, but the amount of damage. And since we got our nice shiny new bow, we're damaging stuff pretty quick. So our choice way back when, and at whatever episode that was, to pick up some crafting was a good idea. I was going to try to avoid it. And like I said, I'll try to do most of my crafting off camera, so it's pretty tedious. It's a little bit zen-ish. You kind of sit there and work through your materials. Two melee rocks. Hello. You're telling those people what's up. Oh, a couple sappers. root one sapper, bleed the other sapper. Not that guy. We already used our interrupt. But he was dead, so we completed Orc Slayer here. That's nice. So Orc Slayer advanced. Gave us some points. Title awarded. So we need to kill 120 here in the Lone Lands. That will happen. Or I'm sorry, in the North Downs. That will definitely happen. You tell Gareth Cobb. Okay. There he is. There's the Defiler. So let us. We will. Oops. Wrong one. We'll fear him first. We'll put a bleed on this guy. Tiny over there. Didn't have a chance. Didn't even have a chance. Okay, Block Maul Defiler. We're going to go ahead and start him out with a Heartseeker. Hit him with a pin. Block. Let's give us a chance. Poison Lethargy. 20% attack duration. Rid of that for sure. To me. And now he is no more. Done and done. Alright, that's back there. So we're going to mount up and sprint out of this place. Oh, the sapper got me with it. Critted off my horse. Face planted. These smoky effects are nice. I kind of like it. So it gives it a little ambiance. You're in a smoky, burnt-out area. That's the idea of the polluted haze that has corrupted the city of Fornost. I wonder if it's because we have that on, it's not going to let us. I think when that expires, I'm going to test if the combat run speed buff is canceled out by that, because that'll be lame if that is the case. Hi, we're back.
How can I be of service?
Old warrior, you did not look at when I stand here corrected. How dare you? I do look at. Gareth Cobb leaning up against the wall like a lazy bag of bones. You thwarted Angmar's plans, Cresselia. It will take them much longer now to amass the siege weapons they need. For a time at least, Trestlebridge and Breland should be safe. So what were we thinking? That's quite a boost of 112 armor. That's quite a boost. On the melee deeps. We're gonna go with the pants. Haven't checked our stats for a while, so let's just take a little look here. Our armor's at 3579. So now we get on some pants. Starting to look a little more presentable. Oops. Let's kind of just go with our gear for a while. Be what we would look like at each level now that we're done with the stupid purple stuff. We'll probably get more purple stuff as we go. We're going to need these medallions. This will help us with the ranges of Esteldine. These well-kept mathams give us rep for the Matham Society. So if we go to our reputation here, this is the Shire folk. So it'll help give us reputation there. We don't really need it. There's not much we're going to be doing there. But, you know, we have it. We got a couple recipe cases. Let's see what we got. We got recipes that we already know. So there you go. There's more we can do in Brie. But yeah, let's switch it up and we'll just kind of go with what we got now for a while, unless it gets hideous again, and then we will switch to our other cosmetics. You'll see it keeps your cosmetic outfits that you set when you set them. So we've got our other two. Should we get a little too hokey, but it is nice to have a little flavor of what the game would look like when you were leveling without cosmetics.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
Okay, seeking the source. I'm mightily relieved that you were able to do away with that defiler. If the blight he caused was getting to the animals, soon it would have gotten to us too. Shire Ward's knife, that's 46. Defiler sticker, that's 46.9 with agility. So we'll probably grab that. And shoes. Heavy pants. Two-handed axe, we can't lose that. So we'll probably go with the Defiler sticker, even though it's a club. Oh, it's a spear. Okay, let's go ahead and take that. And we will put that spear in this slot if we can. It might not let us. We might have to put it in the other slot. Yeah, we have to put the spear in the other slot. So this will go there. And then we'll put our new Defiler sticker, which will help with our agility over here. That's a big one. Look at that thing. Big old leaf-shaped blade like a Xiphus on the end. If you know about your Greek hoplite warfare, you know what a Xiphus is. It's the short sword of the Greek, shaped like an olive leaf. Alright, so I think we're kind of done with the city of Fornost. We have cranked out all of those quests here. Unless...
Greetings.
Let's find Captain Ramo. Fornost. Oh, do we have Fornost in our quest thing here? We do. Oh yeah, these are all inside. These are fellowship quests. So these are instances within the Fornost region. So we probably will not be doing those for quite some time. So it appears that spying on the goblins is our next step here. So let us head back down to Amon Rife. It's a shame there isn't a horse to take us maybe. We're going old school through the terrain. That's not going to work. Find the road out of here. Not sure what was holding me up there. Back through the Norbury gates. Pretty foggy here on the North Downs today, Fornost. Hopefully once we get off these fields it will clear up for us. Not the most attractive, but there we go. No, Ruby. We can cut across here, can't we? scout the goblin camp. Uh-oh. Looks like we ran into a wall here. We're not going to go and run and pick up every node. That would be tedious. Just the ones that sort of cross our way somewhat closely. Cleared up. Nice constellation. I'm not sure what constellation that is. Supposedly the sky is what it looks like at the part of the year over Tolkien's actual house. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just sort of a myth. I like to think it's true. Minas Run. I don't think we're going to have to use our Sylvan Shadows here at all. I think we just have to go to the locations. There's also Nan Wathrin that we did nothing on that we could probably go down and do some as well. Okay, for a time stealth is over. For a man nearby needs your help. Okay, stealth is over. What's
How
up?
can I be of service?
Temp Wheeler. Look like he's seen better days. Did you got shot? Thank goodness, I thought I was done for. I ran from the wargs and was ambushed by goblins instead. You explained the way to Amon Raith is clear of goblins and urged me to head that way to come under Amarion's protection. Thank you, Kersalian, I will. You're not going further, are you? Indeed
Could
I
I
am.
speak with you a moment?
So defeating some goblins, see what we would pick up here. That is kind of pointless. Amarion's necklace, useless. A bunch of useless stuff. We will pick up the quests for sure. And there he goes. Okay, so I wonder if we still have to. Scout becomes the hunter. Crazed Stonehold. Need some goblins dead. Stonehold Chief lies at the center of all the goblins' mischief in Anundir. You should defeat the Stonehold Chief and send a strong message to the goblins menacing these lands. That we can in fact do. We will be sending a message to the goblins. So we found him already. Stonehold Chief, he's in there. I think we still have to scout that other location, so let's go ahead and do that. There's a tent there, so we probably have to burn those down. Spear hurlers must die. Goblin Stonehold. This guy pin him. Boomba, boomba, boomba. Might end up going a little bit longer on this episode. About 30 minutes, but I would like to finish up this little area. Destroying the tents of the gobbies. Okay, so did that get our ring? It did not get our ring. The ring is over here. Old Chief is now dead. We got 4 more tents to destroy. We should be checking that these are 26. Yes, they are. Eventually we won't have to be so careful in checking all the quests because we'll be united onto one track after, pretty much after Angmar, which is probably quite a while away. You kind of have a united path through. There's not so many choices. Although there will be, for sure. There's Feroshel to the north. The land of ice and snow. With the Lossoth people. We got Evandim that's going to be showing up in our future here at about level 30, I think those quests are these days. Evandim was added, I think it's the first area that was added in an update. And there were some instances there in the Numinas that are fun for sure. Alright, so talk to Amarion. So let's mount up and go back to Amon Rife and call it an episode. Oh, we lost our horsey buff. So once again, you have to dismount to activate that buff. This U up here. Yep. What we're looking at here, it is evening. So night has come on. Sometimes it's just nice to listen to the game. Be alone with your thoughts as you're horsing around. There's Kemp Wheeler you got here.
How can I be of service?
I remember none of this was any good. What was that? 265, 54. Okay. So we've completed the quests here on Amon Rife. Did some work in Fornost. Put on our game gear. So this is kind of what we're looking like at the moment. So if things don't get too hideous, we'll try to keep the gear instead of going with our cosmetics, but we might. We'll see how things go. But either way, we will see you next time on Lord of the Rings Online. Thanks for tuning in.